You all know what this place is. This is one of the most famous streets on planet Earth, Times Square. With blinding LED screens and goofy looking cartoon characters, Times Square has become a beam of American culture, not to mention the giant ball that drops there every single new year. It only makes sense for me to build this place in Minecraft. Thank you Instagram followers for voting for me to build this place. Let's begin. Starting off this build, as I do with all my other builds, getting a nice little layout here. The cyan wool that you can see is the sidewalk layout, and the yellow wool that you see is the buildings layout of Times Square. So all the yellow builds, or all the yellow layouts you can see are different buildings, and I'm going to be building every single one of them in this video, which is a tall task. And FYI for you guys to know, I built this all in 1 week. So that was a pretty daunting task, so I'll take all the praise in the comments that you guys want to give me. But here we are, starting on the first building of Times Square. I don't know what any of these buildings are called. I'm just gonna be straight up with you guys. I'm not a New York Times Square historian, so I'm just describing these buildings like what they look like and how cool they are, I guess. I don't know what the purpose of any of these buildings are, so I'm just gonna get that right off my chest here, guys. It's a little confession I have to make. I don't know what these buildings are for, but I built them because they look cool and they make Times Square look really pretty. And a lot of these buildings, like this one right here especially, you can see all of these signs are just pasted onto the side of this building, and it's crazy. It is crazy how many signs are on this street or square or strip of city, whatever you want to call it. But I actually counted, and there were over 40 different signs that I ended up making here, which is pretty insane. 40 signs along this entire street, and that is pretty crazy. Some signs are smaller, some signs are absolutely massive, like this one that I just built right here. That's actually probably the biggest sign right there that I just built. But this street turns out super cool in the end, and if you guys are curious, I did start off by making all these signs black. But at the end of the video, at the very last thing that I do is I actually go back and I turn all the black signs into actual lit up designs, color stuff on them. I put stuff on the signs at the end of the video, so if you want to see the bringing to life of all these signs, make sure to keep watching till the end, because the end result is actually really cool. I like the way that this Times Square looks with the black signs, but I also love the way that it looks with the signs all colored up and lit up. So it looks cool both ways. I actually saved the world and downloaded it with the colored signs as well as the black signs, because it just looks cool both ways. So if you want to download this, go check out my Patreon and you can download both of those little versions of the world here. And so there's that. And then this building right here, I don't know what that building really was. Just looks old, so nothing too crazy about that thing. Not a lot of signs on it either. It's got to really get with the system here. So yeah, there's that. And then this building here is not super on Times Square. It's just a little corner section, but there are still a few signs on it. So I had to put it in just because I thought it was the right thing to do. Nothing too crazy about this building either. Not a lot of signs on it. There is this corner sign here. It's like a Chase Bank. And then these signs right here are pretty much all that it has going for itself. And then we're coming to the other side of the street, and we're going to work our way back down to where we started. This is, I believe this is the H&M building. Yes, this is the H&M building. This is the tallest building on the entire build. You can see how tall it gets. It just keeps getting taller and taller. And there's the H&M logo right there. And this giant antenna here just gives it about like half more of its height than it actually is. So I guess it's cheating a little bit, but even without the spire on top, I think it was the tallest by quite a wide margin. So good job, H&M. You guys are keeping the Times Square place very lively and very tall. And here's another skyscraper right next to it. Hardly even a skyscraper. Look how small this thing is compared to the building right next door. Despicable. But it does have a lot of signs on it, so I will give it that. And then we're coming over here again, and we are adding more signs, more shops. Actually, I guess I can talk about the shops that I'm building. There's a McDonald's right there. I actually don't remember what any of these shops are. I remember what a few of them are. Hold on, give me a second. Once we get to the next set of buildings, I will try to tell you guys what these shops are. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I don't. Oh, that's the Disney store right there with the mangrove sign right there. Forever 21 is right there, I believe. And yeah, I actually the corner right there is the Gap store, I believe. Or actually, that might be one building over. Yeah, one building over. Whatever, I'm wrong. It's fine. It's just a game. I was wrong. I was wrong. That's not the Gap store. But here we go. We have this another tall building here with a spire that it doesn't deserve. But there we go. Adding more signs on the top of these buildings because where else would you want signs? You can put signs everywhere you want. So let's just put them on the top of the buildings. Get more signs, more advertiser money. Fantastic. Here we have another old looking building. And right next door is a new, brand spanking new building that was a little difficult for me to find because of how unfinished it was. So I did do a little bit of my own rendering of that blue building right there that you can see because it wasn't finished yet. So I had to use my imagination a little bit to finish it up. So there's that. It's mostly accurate, but I just had to use a little imagination here and there. And then that one corner building that we just blew past. And now we're booing. Now we're doing the two main buildings on both sides. The big famous ones with all the big screens that everybody looks at. So there's that first one, and then here's the second one on the other side of the street. They pretty much look the same. They both have giant signs all over them. And here's the New Year's ball. Just banged that out in 2 seconds. And now those are all the buildings done. And we are going to start adding in the streets and the street details and all the sidewalk details. And this is what really brings this build to life. This is what makes this thing look that much better. All the street signs and the street details, and this took so much more time than I thought it was gonna take, you guys. This took so long to do. There were so many streets, so many lamps, trash cans, garbage cans, benches, planters, things all around this strip that I was not expecting when I first looked into this. But it does turn out fantastic in the end. I think I busted all this out in a single day. So if you guys are interested in doing some mega builds and you are discouraged, anything is possible, guys. I busted this section out in a single day, starting from painting on the sidewalk and the roads to being finished with this entire build. I built this all in one day, which is probably a little bit unhealthy. I'm not going to tell you guys how many hours I spent during the day building this, but you guys can guess for yourself. It's an unhealthy amount of hours, but I finished this build in time for you guys because that's the kind of guy I am. What can I say? I'm a people's man, and I'm just building like crazy, like there's no tomorrow. And you can see all the umbrellas and benches and cool things being built, and we're flying over down this way and finishing up all of the awesome things here. We got some more benches and seating areas. There's a nice American flag there, and yeah, very, very cool. And we're coming to the end of the strip here, and that is pretty much most of those details done and out of the way. And now the final thing before this build is finished, you can see we're filling up all of these signs. Like I said, it looks fine with just the black signs, but adding the color and the advertisement to these signs actually does make it look very, very much cooler and vibrant. So we are, of course, adding all of these things to the signs. I can try to tell you guys what each of these signs are, but I'm not going to remember, like, any of them. Up there you can see I'm doing a little bit of art. We're artists on this channel. We're making some art, nothing crazy. The sign I'm making right now, I know, is Amazon Prime. You can see Lizzo right there, in case you were wondering. You guys can tell me down in the comments below, what advertisement is this? It's pretty obvious what it is, but tell me anyways. The big blue one on the top, it should be obvious what it is, but you know, just let me know. I want to know if you guys know what it is. And if you know what it is, that means that I did good with my pixel art. So that's something I'm looking forward to seeing in the comments below. And here is the big main advertisement that everybody's going to look at, and it is for Gillette razors. So there you go. There's your shout out, Gillette razors. Where's my sponsorship? But yeah, there we go. And then we're coming back to the other side and getting all these beautiful signs up and running. And here is a McDonald's sign. It was supposed to be a cheeseburger right there, but I got lazy and I didn't want to keep doing that, so I changed it to just the McDonald's logo right there. And then we're adding some more cool stuff. Disney logo right there. You got Mickey Mouse as a Statue of Liberty. But there we go, guys. That's actually pretty much all of this build, and I had so much fun making this. This thing turned out fantastic, and I would love to show you all of these awesome cinematics. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy these cinematics. Have a great day. Let me know in the comments what you want me to build next on my channel. Stay tuned for the next video, guys, and until then, goodbye! Thank you to all my patrons. You are all awesome. Thank you